Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Autumn, and I have set us a nice little mood. So here we are back in my living space, you guys, and tonight I want to bring you another video. Let me not lie, it's actually like 2 in the morning. I just got home and I felt inspired to sit down and make this video for you guys. So today we will be talking about confidence. And you guys, confidence for me is something that I'm still working on. It's always a ongoing thing. Confidence is supposed to be an ongoing process to get better at, right? I feel like I say this all the time, but I've learned so much of my life lessons through actually lashing through growing my confidence when I was a beginner. So tonight I actually want to talk to you guys about how to build your confidence as a beginner lash artist, right? So I know that, like I talked about in my last video, I did touch on a few little key points in my last video. So if you haven't went to go watch that video, you might want to go over there and watch that video before you watch this one. So if you know me, you know I always talk about how I am a solutions-oriented person, in the way of I like to do things more so in a system to where I can track my growth, track my progress, or just have something to gauge so that way I know when something is working and when something is not working. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to choose a focus, right? So I really think that to focus on being a good lash artist, or to get your confidence up with doing lashes when you were a beginner, is to actually focus on the creative aspect. And I know we talk a lot about being technical, and honestly you need them both, but you need to work on both of them, and there's a way that you can do that simultaneously, right? So honestly, a key way to build your confidence as a lash artist, at least what I did when I first started out, was when I would practice about 30 minutes a day, especially when I really wanted to get my time down. And I would spend about 15 minutes really working on the technical, making sure I had my hand placement right, making sure I had the right tweezers, making sure I was picking up the hairs and placing them correctly on the natural lash. And then for the other 15 minutes, I focused on the artistry of lash artistry, which I really like the word lash artist instead of lash tech. To me, it just sounds really nice, but honestly, you are creating your own art, right? That is what people are going to pay for. They want to pay you to create a nice set for them, right? So I always focus on the artistry of it. So in the other 15 minutes, what I would do is I would actually just focus on mixing curls, mixing diameters, actually figuring out how to make my sets wispy, and really just practicing a lot of those things that kind of looks how I wanted to do. I also would take lash strips and then I would try to replicate it. So that actually helped me to get into more of the creative space, and it actually allowed me to practice longer over time. So that one way to build your confidence is honestly to practice, because you're not going to get just good overnight. It has to be something that is actually a consistent process, right? So number one, definitely split your time up. Yes, focus on the technical things, but creativity can do a lot for you as well, right? So like I said, practice on the artistry portion of it as well. Mix the curl patterns, try the new curl patterns, try something that kind of scares you, and mix it up together. Just kind of formulate, and that's really how you figure out your own little thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else, because it's so many opportunities for us to kind of have our own thing. And when I tell you, like, I never thought that people really would be paying over $200 for a lash set for me consistently and without no problem at all. But it's really because I really focus on, it's the one set that it is I focused on really showing off my art. And so that's really what I'm known for in my area, is the fact that I really make the sets wispy and I kind of make them my own type of thing, right? So that is really how you build your own confidence is really finding that own little thing that you can do, your own little way of doing things that progress you and kind of help you to gain a little bit more of that confidence. And you really only find that through practicing, through trial and error, through using all different types of lashes and just trying everything. So don't be afraid to step out of what you were taught originally and just kind of test the waters when you're in your practicing phase. All right, so number one, practice, practice, practice. All right, so number two goes along with number one. Basically, it just follows it right behind it. So it is to invest in your craft, and that is time wise and financial wise. And guys, I don't know about you, but whenever I attach my money to something, like, I just do what it takes to get it done right, because I don't play about wasting my money, right? I think people don't realize that this is a skill that is developed over time, and it's something that you have to consistently work on. So as you are progressing and as you start to kind of see where you can stretch yourself a little more, you might want to take some other lash artists class. Lash artists who have different styles than you, lash artists who are very good at business strategy. You want to take their business classes. You want to expand yourself and get as much knowledge as you can. For some people, they might be a time person where to watch these podcasts, to watch these YouTube videos, or to intake as much information on Instagram in and actually apply it, that's a form of investing your time as well. So actually I like to do both of those things, but either one, you guys, it is imperative that you always continue to get education, that you continue to get better, that you are never too big or never too good to learn from somebody else. All right, number three is really getting to know other people in the beauty industry, and it necessarily doesn't have to be with other lash artists. We could talk about how I have my braider. She sends clients to me and I send some of my clients to her, right? So really just networking and getting yourself out there with other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be lash artists, but remember, the beauty community and is way bigger than just lashes. That's only a corner of it. So the more you can expand your reach and the more you can have people in your pocket from all different sectors of the beauty industry is only gonna help you and support you. So make sure you're doing those things to support those people as well. Make sure you're not just trying to get something from someone. Make sure you have something to put up of value. So definitely networking is going to help build your confidence as a lash artist, and that has been something that has helped me, especially when I used to travel here to Austin to work and then go back home to Florida. I really took the time to build my network with other people who are in the industry, whether it was makeup artists, braiders, colorists, estheticians. All these things have really helped me, and I still have that same community who we exchange clients amongst each other. So we like to keep it in that circle. So that will also help you build your confidence. Definitely those people more than anything are going to understand what it's like to be a beginner. So they're going to help you. Well, the right ones are really going to help and push you in that right direction. They're going to encourage you. They might even let you practice on them. So don't think that there's nothing out there and there's no one out there who won't help you. There are people out there. You just have to put yourself out there, right? So number three is networking with other people in the beauty industry, and that is including lash artists as well. I know plenty of lash artists who share clients as well, so that's amazing. Your comfort zone is holding you back from everything pretty much, so you need to leave it from time to time, right? So definitely go out and put yourself out of your comfort zone. So I want to say that this is probably one of the biggest things that has helped me grow my confidence as a beginner lash artist. And a lot of this stuff, you guys, I want you to see, a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be talking about has really nothing to do with actually physically doing the lashes, you guys. Most of my growth has come from the fact that I have done everything with outside of doing lashes. I've really focused on that because personal development, I believe, actually is going to take you further than doing actually the physical things like the lashes. Those things everybody can do those, but to have the social skills, to have the personable skills, those things are those things are going to take us further than anything else, right? If you know me, I'm very vocal about it. I'm obsessed with SoulCycle. I go so many times a week. I love it, but honestly, it was just important for me to pick up a new hobby that I could dedicate myself to put myself out of my comfort zone. For one, I can get in shape and I can get this body together the way I want, but also not just that, it really just helps me with my confidence to talk to people that I don't know anything about, people that I've never met, and to build community through there, and also test my social skills through there. When you are in these places where you are doing your new hobbies, you want to get comfortable talking to people in general, right? So you want to talk to them about what they do, and you know, have them ask questions for you and all these things. So you want to get comfortable talking to people, because, and not in a way to get them to come to you, well, initially, but in a way where you can kind of share a little bit about what you do and get excited about it, get them excited about it, and before you know it, she'll be in your chair next week, right? And it's not from a place, and she's not coming because you just gave her a card and was like, hey, I do lashes, here you go. No, it's because you engaged, you gave her a little bit. You said, hey, yeah, so I do lashes all day. Yeah, I'm just starting out, but it's really cool because we have to sit there and isolate each lash and attach a single lash to each lash. But the amazing thing about it is my clients, they wake up in the morning and they are already ready for work. So it's amazing. That conversation is different than just handing someone a card, right? So that's another reason to stretch and get yourself into hobbies and in places where there are people who are different from you. There are people who have different careers than you. There are people who like different things. That's one way to sharpen yourself and to gain your confidence and to just learn how to connect with different people, because after all, us being in the service industry, still we have to be able to connect with people and to be able to find something that's relatable between us with our clients, so that way we retain them, and that's how we keep our clientele, right? All right, and number 5 is based on a little bit of psychology, so my nerd is gonna come out real quick, you guys, but I really think that this will be helpful. So the last one is, I want you to find proof in the little things that happen, the little magical things that happen as you progress, right? So in my last video, you know how we talked about setting our intentions for why we want to be lash artists, why we want to have this business, why we want to make $100,000 or more or whatever, right? So let's take the goal of making 6 figures in a year, right? So when you're starting out, of course, it's hard to see it. It's hard to kind of look down the road and see the 6-figure year or even month or whatever, like whatever your goal is, it's kind of hard to see that long term. So the thing is, our minds are always looking for proof, you guys. So it's scientific studies and scientific facts that show our mind is always looking for proof, right? So when you tell yourself in your mind and you make the intention and you go into the business for a long-term goal of saying, I would love to make over 6 figures in a year. When you are a beginner, you have to be careful about that, because in your mind is going to say, but I'm just starting out, but I can't attach a lash correct, but I don't have any clients, and but I'm not good yet. And what that does is it knocks your confidence down, right? So we love our long-term goals, right? We want to have those in mind, but instead we need to break it down just a little bit further, right? So yes, you have the goal. Let's say that you have the goal of 6 figures in a year. Great, doable. But now while you're starting, and mind you guys, this is why I say you want to play the long game. You want to look at how better you are today than you were yesterday, right? So it's going to look a little something like this. So you got your first model client, right? And you survived that. You have to say that that's proof, right? In the mind, that when you tell yourself that's proof that you are progressing to that 6-figure year, your mind is going to start to calculate that, like, okay, so it's happening. So after that, you survive that and you gain a little bit of confidence from that. Okay, so last time you attached 5 lashes, this time you attached 10 lashes. Okay, that's proof. I'm on my way to the 6-figure year, right? So then you get your client, your first return client. That's proof. You get the time where you increase your pay, so you get to increase your lash sets. So that's proof, and people are coming. And that way, when you're able to start actually making money, you're able to pay a bill. That's proof. Then you're able to support yourself. That's proof. You get to work for yourself full time. You get to have an amazing life and support yourself through this. That's proof. And then it just compounds on top of each other, you guys. So you really have to do it that way because, like I said, it helps you develop the confidence over time. And you have to remember that time when you have those 10 lashes on, you could barely attach one, right? So you have to look at the little things that add up to the big things, right, you guys? So confidence really comes in being self-aware in those little moments where you are progressing. And it's not going to be big. Those things don't have to be big. It doesn't have to be, oh, I made this much money today, so that's proof. No, it's you practicing. It's you putting yourself out of your comfort zone. It's you investing in your career. It's investing in business coaching. It's investing in taking classes with other lash artists who you know that you aspire to be like. It's all those things. It's not actually physically doing the lashes that's going to get you there. It's everything that you do behind it to support you doing the lashes. Okay, all right, can I get an amen? All right, so guys, that's pretty much it. So right now it's about almost 3 in the morning and your girl is tired, but I had to come through and drop this little message for you guys. And I hope the energy feels good in here, and if it feels good, I invite you to stay with me. All right, so like, share, and subscribe. I welcome you to the family. And if you have any other topics you would like for me to talk about, definitely leave those in the comments. If you want to hit me up, slide in my DM. Here's my IG, follow me there. And once again, you guys, thank you so much. All right, I hope you have a good one. Bye.